Welcome back, everybody, to the Search Show 24/7. This is Young Justice Invasions, Episode 7, entitled Death, or as I like to call it. How many times can Lagon Boy just annoy the hell out of you till you just say, man, God, I just wish somebody just come behind him and just shot the shit out of him. Yeah, I like that title way better. I like that title way better. Okay, now, Episode 7, it had everything, man. It had everything that I wanted, everything I was looking for, and it just surpassed it. Like, this is probably my favorite episode of season 2, and it ends on it ended on just a high note for me, because I think they're going on, like, their little hiatus that Young Justice does, that we probably won't see them back until like December or January next year. So this episode, it ends on a high note with a great episode, and it had everything. It had Nightwing in it. It had Artemis suit back up. Calder was in it. So much happened in this episode that was just so memorable and just really solidified this season for me. And now this episode, it starts off just like how last week's episode started. It starts off showing you like what's supposed to happen at the end of the episode. So when you see that, if you don't know by now, if you're just new watching this my show, you should know that I am a big Artemis fan. Like, she's probably my favorite female character on the show. So when you see Nightwing giving her, CPR, and trying to revive her, and he pronounced her dead, that freaks you out. You know what I mean? Because you're like, oh man, I'm not ready for this episode. So when I saw it, I was like, man, I'm gonna be thinking about this. So when I first saw it, I was like, man, damn, they shouldn't did that. They shouldn't like gave away that big of a secret in the beginning of the episode, because now I'm gonna be thinking about this during the entire episode. You know what I mean? But they made up for it with the big twist and stuff. So at first, I was real nervous, and I was sweating a little bit, about to shed a tear, but overall, it was just amazing episode. Now, one thing that I thought was very interesting in this episode, and very like just I guess good storytelling, is when you see Wally in his apartment and stuff, and you see him talking to Artemis, and he's talking about how he doesn't want her to go to this mission that Nightwing called her for, because Nightwing called Artemis for a mission, and Wally's really not sure about this mission. He really doesn't like it, and he really hates the fact that Nightwing, his best friend, called his girlfriend so she can do this mission, when Wally and Artemis are trying to have a different life, or trying to get away from like the superhero gig and just live a normal life. So I thought that was just great character development and stuff, because you see that Kid Flash or Wally and Artemis, they want to do other things, you know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people who watch the show and stuff, they were upset about it, but to me, I don't see nothing wrong with a superhero wanting to have a normal life. I think him and Artemis deserve it, so I can understand where he was coming from. So I was like, yeah, it must be pretty damn big, if he's got to call like somebody who's not even working in the superhero gig no more. So I like that, and Artemis had that one like, yo, you suit up last week, so why can't I suit up this week? So I know, I like that little, the little scene with them two, and you gotta love them two just together, the little Spitfire thing. You gotta love the way they communicate, and the way they trust each other, and the way like they're very comfortable with each other now that they're together and living together. So thumbs up. Now Nightwing, he assigns the team to kind of look out and make sure everything goes according to plan with the new satellite launch mission that's going on, and they're trying to like send like a satellite or whatever up to orbit and stuff like that. So he's trying to make sure that goes right, and he assigns the team with Artemis to watch out for and make sure everything goes right. But nothing goes according to plan, and you get to see Nightwing's like, you know what, I'm gonna join you guys. I haven't really been on the team that much. I've been out just giving orders. I want to get my feet wet. So that was good to see, because if you're like me, you like to see Nightwing kick ass, and he kicks so much ass with Artemis. They have a great chemistry together. Nightwing's telling him, yo, you're a little rusty. You might need to just follow my lead and stuff. And Artemis saying I ain't that rusty, so I like seeing them two work and kick ass at Nightwing with those damn sticks. Just motherfucker, take that. Get some. Scream for me. Now, another thing in this episode that we got to see more of, the dynamic between, Superboy and Miss Martian now. Now that they've broken up, and now that, Miss Martian is with Lagoon Boy. But we're going to talk about his ass a little later. He's going to have his own little section that I'm going to talk about. But anyway, we're going Superboy and Megan, they still have this, like, awkward tension between each other, and you find out really why. We find out that it's not just because they broke up, and it's not because Superboy broke up with Megan. It's really because Superboy saw that Megan was using her powers just wrong. Even though she's using her powers with the bad guys and stuff, the way she's treating them and the way she's like lobotomizing them and stuff, Superboy feels like it's so wrong. And I thought that was just so good to see his character develop, because in season 1 he was so angry and stuff, and he didn't really have his head on his shoulders that well, and he didn't really think too much. And you see that now he's a lot older, he's a lot wiser, and you see that he knows what's right and what's wrong, and the way Megan's been acting and stuff is just wrong. And I totally agree with him. I'm on Superboy's side. And you find out that he was mad about the situation, and Miss Martian, she tried to wipe his memory clean so he wouldn't be mad and stuff, and he caught her ass. So he caught her in the act of trying to go through his head when he thought she was the only one he could trust and stuff. And this girl, man, I tell you, man, she's batshit crazy. Like, all you people in the comments saying, I don't think Miss Martian is batshit crazy, sir. You don't know what you're talking about. She's a great person. No, she's not. I don't care what you people think. She's crazy as shit. Anybody can see it. Am I crazy? I'm not crazy, man. Thank you. It's batshit crazy. Don't worry about who I'm talking to. His name's Jeff. Now, I might get a few dislikes. I might get a few people bashing me. But I don't care. I do not like Lagoon Boy for shit. Like, I'm sorry. Excuse my Japanese, but for shit. I do not like this kid. Like, everything that comes out of the kid's mouth is horrible. It's terrible. I don't like it. I want to slap him. It makes me mad. Everything he says. From Angelfish, from Neptune's beard, the way he looks, the way he blows up. It's just horrible. Like, it comes a point to where in this episode I was like, man, I just hope Calder is here, and I hope Calder just teaches him a lesson. And it happens. The greatest scene happens. And I shit you not, I started to cry because I was so happy. Yes. Kill him. Kill him, Aqualad. Do it for me, Calder. Do it for me. Kill him. Thank you. Did you kill him? Thank you. Good job. Good job. I hate him so much. Alright, now speaking of Calder, he makes his triumphant return, and man, when I say, man, he was just a scene still of this episode. He was, from everything from him knocking out Lagoon Boy to him fighting Artemis and Nightwing. It was just awesome. Like, everything he does is just so badass and stuff. When he came out the water, I was like, oh, shit just got real. Like, his expression and stuff, and God, and it was just so good to see him, man. Like, every time I see him, I'm like, man, I really hate Lagoon Boy, because Calder just surpasses him in every way, in awesomeness and everything. And in this episode, he's supposed to really be destroying the team's plans with them watching the space launch and all that crap, and it doesn't really work or whatever. They end up blowing it up anyway, but it wasn't him, it was somebody else, and he doesn't know who. But what I really want to get into is like that fight scene with him and Nightwing and Artemis. Like they're fighting and stuff, and he's whooping ass and stuff, and he takes out his little water sword and just stabs Artemis, like just stabs her, and I'm like, oh shit, this really did just get real. I thought that was an expression, but shit really just got real when you first saw it. And he just sticks it in there, and you just see her face, and he says, "Oh, welcome back," and he just takes it out and just walks off. I was like, damn, he must be really evil. Because if you watch my other reviews and stuff, I first said like I thought he was undercover and stuff. That was my first theory. When I first saw him back, I thought he was like undercover with Nightwing and stuff. And I was like, man, maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm not wrong. I'm right. Yes. At the end of this episode, well, first, like when he kills Artemis, like I'm sad and stuff. Like, oh man, this is how it ends and stuff. So I was freaking out, and they really played it real good. The writers really played it real good because they didn't they killed her and they kind of let it marinate for a little. They let it marinate for a little bit. You know what I mean? They killed her. They had like a scene with everybody mourning her death and stuff. But then at the end, they had a scene with Nightwing, Kid Flash or Wally. They had a scene with Nightwing, Wally, Artemis, and Calder, and we find out that it was all a plan, and Calder has been undercover for a very long time getting information so he can get his rise rank so he can know more about the light and stuff. So just it was just awesome because now we see that, you know, Artemis didn't die. It was just all of a plan, and they faked like the death and all that. And what I thought was interesting is only 4 people know: Artemis, Wally, Nightwing, and Calder. So, you know, Megan or Superboy and the rest of it, I guess the Young Justice team, none of them know. And I can really understand like some of the new members don't know, but they didn't bring like some of the original people, like, you know, Miss Martian and Superboy, they don't even know. So I thought it was very interesting. So if they find out, they're gonna be really pissed. But you see that Nightwing and Calder and everybody, they really thought about this, and they thought about the consequences, and that's what I like to see. I thought it was a great twist because at first it had me fooled, but I was still right, and I like to be right something because this season I haven't been right about really anything but this. So I'm happy that I was right about something, that Calder was undercover and he's still undercover. So he's not evil. He's not evil. So thank God, because I really like his character and he has so much more to do. So overall, I thought this was a phenomenal episode. It was my top. It's my top favorite episode of season 2. I know Young Justice is going to be going on this hiatus. Hopefully it's not for too long. So please like this video, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought. Let's talk about it. And as always, guys, this is the Search Show 24/7. Be easy.